on the Volley, OTV for short, where we talk about all things football. Now, before I start, we're going to be talking about the Dundee United versus Celtic game. I have the pleasure and the honour to be here with Gary. Not just Gary Mulgrew.
Gary Mulgrew.
Now, I don't know if it's related. I don't know if it's related to the Mulgrew of Dundee United or not, but we'll find that out.
Distant cousin. He's much more handsome than me.
Oh, he's a distant cousin,
yeah,
is he?
Yeah.
Okay. Small world, isn't it? Who would have known? Anyway, before we go on to the game, I just want to, just a quick message to everyone that contributes in the comment section. If I haven't answered your comment, it's because I'm having serious problems. Every time I answer, it says reply added, and then it just gets taken off. I went on to Google to try and find out what the problem is, and apparently it's getting taken off by YouTube itself. So I must have written something at some stage which hasn't gone down well with them. I haven't got a clue. So look, I read all the comments. If I haven't been answering, it's not because I don't want to answer. Anyone that follows, you do know me, I always answer, but it's just become frustrating. Anyway, that said, let's go on to the interview with Gary. So Gary, we've just watched the Dundee United versus Celtic game. Okay, now on my last podcast, I actually predicted that Rangers would win 3-0 or 4-0. They won 3-0 yesterday. So the gap went back up to 7 points. So we needed this win, yeah? And we won 3-0. What did you think of the game?
I thought it was excellent performance. I think it's, if you look in context of Postecoglou being there 5-6 months, we are developing. We look better and better every time. I was worried about the game beforehand because of the injuries, with Ralston out, with obviously Jota out, but everybody that played really well, and it bodes well. I'm feeling good about it. It was a great performance.
It was, but what do you think about what Ange said in his last interview after the game against Hearts, where he says that they need to be more clinical? How many opportunities did we have that we didn't finish?
Yes. I think we all know we're still one or two players, maybe 3 players short of being a truly top-class team. And I think one of those is we need someone else who can put the ball in the back of the net. If you look at Rogic today, it's a world-class goal, but that's only his second goal this season. It's not enough. So we need a bigger contribution, I think. Kalmak's only scored 2 goals all season, I think. Might be wrong, 3. But it's not many. I'm not getting enough contribution there. So I still think we're a wee bit shy on a couple of players.
No, I actually point this out. I actually had the numbers. And I think Kyogo has scored 10 goals in all competitions before today's game.
Yeah.
Jota had scored 8 goals in all competitions. And then you had Turnbull and with 5 goals, I believe. Okay, and Abada with, I think it was 4 goals. Okay, I can't remember the exact numbers. Yeah. But you're absolutely right. McGregor and Rogic haven't, contributed enough. But rather than concentrate on that, because Rogic has played really well in the games he's played, as has McGregor.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the chances which we miss, which we should be putting in the back of the net.
Yeah, but I think if you look at, for example, James Forrest, he's a player that takes time to get back to full fitness. He's missed a couple of chances, he's missed a couple of good ones today, missed a couple of real bad ones against Hearts. I think that's normal for a player that just isn't that sharp. He's been out for a very long time.
I agree.
And I think when he's back to full fitness, full sharpness, I'm glad that they took him off at half time as a precaution today. But when he's back, all cylinders firing, he's always a big goal contributor. He's a big assist contributor and a big goal contributor. And I think that will help enormously.
I agree, because statistically in the past he has been. So I agree with everything I agree with everything that you said so far. And I've seen a lot of comments in the past. Past videos. I watch them all. I watch all the other videos. I read the comments. Okay, as I've stated, and I've seen some comments in the last game against Hearts where they were saying that for Hashi, he wasn't running into the right positions. I mean, today he was excellent.
He was. I still think we have structural flaws in the team. I think there's a lack of height in the team. And I think that we do, it means that we're trying to play through teams nearly all the time, you know. And I thought Jack Marcus, that's his name probably, but
Jack Marcus,
I thought he was going to give us that alternative option. He's been unlucky with injuries and so on. But I do think we need that. We need in some games a different approach where playing through teams just isn't working, where we can change it up. And I think that's the one thing I think we need that variety in our playing. We don't have that at the moment. But again, I think Angela addressed these things in January.
Well, let's look at January. January, they're talking about Dyson Maida.
Yeah.
Okay, they're looking at Rio Hatate.
Yeah.
And apparently now I've heard about is it Hans Wolf?
Yeah.
Okay, plus another Japanese player who I can't pronounce his name, Rio Iguchi or something like that. I can't really, you know. But none of them seem as if they're really true players.
No, they're not, and it does. It was interesting skills coming on at fullback because Taylor, you know, when you read about how other managers set up against Celtic, they've historically looked at our small fullbacks. They've attacked us down the wings. And that's why we lose a lot of goals from set pieces. We lose, goals from corners and so on. Scales coming on today was quite encouraging for me because he's athletic and he's big. And I don't want to be so simplistic about it, but we need size in our team. We need more height. Up front, I've read and looked at some of the players that we're talking about signing. I think the Japanese players, there are a couple of advantages with them. The work ethic's outstanding. Ange knows them. They're coming on the back of a full season, so they'll hit the ground running, which is not always normal in January. You tend to pick up players in January who are out of other teams.
Yeah.
So I think that's for this year, that's important. But I do get nervous about this, lack of height and lack of alternative way of playing, because you have to be able to change. If some things aren't working, you've got to be able to change it up a bit, and I think we're lacking that a little bit.
Okay, I'm going to ask you a question on that because I don't know if I fully agree with you on that, Gary, okay, to be totally honest. And the reason for that is because, we've only let in 10 goals.
Yeah.
Okay, we have the best defence in the Scottish Premier League. And if we go and look at the goals that we let in, okay, they were all errors when the defence was still trying to gel together.
Yeah.
Now, if you look at it, we've got Ralston, Carter Vickers, Starfelt, who everyone was really criticising at the beginning of the season. Yep. He's needed time to adapt, and he has adapted really well. And we've got Juranovic as well. So, although he's been playing out of position, if you like, on left back, I think our defence has been playing really well recently.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you, but there is sufficient height now, and I actually think all of these players are good individually, very good individually, and now collectively they're getting a lot better, which is coaching obviously. But I still think going forward we do lack a bit of height. I really do. I just think that it doesn't, and also the ability of somebody really holding the ball up, a target man in the classic sense. Just something to change the pattern of how we play, to give people, the better teams, a bit more to think about. But we'll find out a lot when we play Rangers. I think on January 2nd.
January 2nd, yeah.
The big one.
Yeah, I agree with you. The Rangers game is going to be the test for us. Yeah. And let's be honest, the league this season is between Rangers and Celtic. Yeah. No two ways about it. I think Giovanni Van Bronckhorst has given Rangers that push. They've stepped up a level, and they're playing better than they were under Gerrard. So definitely, I agree with you.
Well, let me ask you the question: how do you think Rangers will approach that game? They're away from home. They're going to Celtic Park. We've seen that when teams come out at Celtic, even high-quality teams like Betis, like Leverkusen, that Celtic can score goals and come at them. So how do you think Rangers will approach that game tactically?
That's a very good question. You know, to be totally honest, it depends on Giovanni Van Bronckhorst and how he thinks, okay, as a manager. And I don't know too much about him. So, you know, if it was a Mourinho, I'd say they're going to park the bus.
Yeah.
Okay, so if Giovanni Van Bronckhorst, okay, things like Mourinho does, then they're obviously going to park the bus, okay, and try and hit us on the brake. And to be totally honest, I think that's probably what he will do, even though he's not a Mourinho.
Yeah.
Me personally, if I was the manager, I'd want my players to attack them, and I'd want to win, you know, with a bit of class, you know, play football how football's supposed to be played. How's he going to come out? I don't know. What do you think?
I think if Rangers go toe to toe with us, we'll win. I really do. I think if they come at us, I think that would be ideal.
But do you think they will?
I don't think so, because if I understand that he's quite a student of the game, Van Bronckhorst. You know, he's a reasonably intellectual manager. He's quite tactical. The low block is the tactics that succeeded against Celtic most of the season. They've got the players for that, and then they'll look, I would imagine, as they always do, look to nick something with a set piece. You know, that's where we've lost so
that's
many
our weakness, yeah,
historically. So I imagine that's what they'll do. What I'd absolutely love, is that they come and try and take us on, because I think if they leave those types of gaps and attack us, we will win that game, and we'll win it well, I think.
Well, what's your prediction for that game?
I think we're going to win. I think that a lot depends on the injuries. You know, I'm really nervous about the fact that, you know, obviously Jota's out, Ralston's out, and we've got players just coming back. So we see Forrest going off as a precaution. We need, you know, Starfelt's only just got back. We've only just had Tom Rogic back. So I'm a wee bit nervous about the number of games we've got. Some big games, including the cup final, obviously. But if we're fit, if we're fully fit, and I think we'll win that game. But I think it'll be one goal. I think Rangers are unfortunately better than a lot of our fans give them credit for. They're well organised, and I think, as you said, I agree with you. I think Van Bronckhorst, if anything, is giving them an extra organisational edge.
I agree with you. Look, the way I see it at the moment, okay, Angie's mentality is we take one game at a time.
Yeah.
We did away with Dundee United today.
Yeah.
Okay, great performance, 3-0. Okay, that Tom Rogic goal reminded me of Maradona. Okay, you know, I don't exaggerate, but that was class. I mean, he went past, 4 players?
That's when you bought me a drink as well.
Exactly.
That made me happy as well.
And Kyogo should have scored.
Yeah.
Okay. It was unfortunate today. The Turnbull goal, that was a great goal as well. Excellent pass by McGregor.
Fantastic.
And, you know, we can't complain.
Beautiful. It's been a great day.
Exactly.
Day. Yeah. And the Celtic ban in Rome as well. Finnegan's can't complain.
It. Because we're actually inside Finnegan's, the Celtic pub in Rome, okay? And Gary has just come from Florence, because there's a Finnegan's, the Celtic pub in Florence, okay? If you ever go to Florence, go to Finnegan's, okay? And say, my boy Sharky sent me, all right? The manager's Simon.
Just ask for Simon, big ugly guy, you can't even something.
You can't. Well, let's look forward now to the winning the League Cup final.
Yeah.
And then the Rangers game.
Yeah, let's all forward now.
Okay, well, do you want to say goodbye or hi to anyone before you go?
No, that's good. Simon, catch you in Florence soon, my friend.
Well, listen, that's it from us. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, press like if you like. Please share. Okay, if you haven't subscribed this yet, please subscribe. We're on 751 subscribers at the moment. We're trying to hit the 1,000 so we can, you know, be a little bit more up to date and relevant with our live podcasts. That's it. Me, Shah. I'm out.